Hello, everyone. Good morning, happy Sunday, and welcome to the first episode of Sports News Flash at 12. I am Miguel Mike Medina. I am your host, and I am so happy that I finally have this show, and I'll provide you guys with the latest news and updates around the sports world. And I'm excited. I can't wait to show you guys this magnificent ride, this thrilling journey that I'll be taking on you guys about this show. So we're gonna get started with college football. Clemson versus Wake Forest. Now, both teams came into this game 3-0. Both teams offensively are lethal. Wake Forest is averaging 42 points per game, while the Clemson Tigers, they're averaging 41.7 points per game entering this matchup. So Clemson is looking for their 14th consecutive win over the Demon Deacons. Can Clemson win their 14th straight against Wake Forest? Or will Wake Forest have something to say about that? Wake Forest quarterback Sam Hartman is the all-time leader in passing yardage. And in this game, it was no different. He threw for 337 yards and 6 touchdowns to set a program record for Wake Forest. Wake Forest did everything they could to win this game, but at the end, it came down to Clemson's defense. They defeated Wake Forest in double overtime, 51-45, after Clemson Tigers cornerback Nate Wiggins knocked down a 4th-down pass intended for wide receiver A.T. Perry. Clemson have won their 14th straight in the series. Clemson will now take on North Carolina State next Saturday, while Wake Forest will travel to Florida State. The Clemson-Wake Forest game lived up to the hype. And there was another game that really excited me the most to watch, and that's Maryland versus Michigan. Both teams, as well, came to this game undefeated 3-0. The Wolverines have outscored their opponents 166-17, including a 59-0 victory over UConn last weekend. And let's just say Wolverines running back Blake Corum, he's having a phenomenal season. He tied the school record with 5 rushing touchdowns. In this game, Blake Corum, it was no different. It was no different. And I'll talk about that in a few. But I will say that Maryland coming into this game, while many people thought that they were going to get blown out, a part of me thought that they were going to get blown out, but a part of me thought, okay, I hope they make this a competitive game. And you even have Jim Harbaugh, who praised Maryland's game plan, the way they executed, that they're really good playmakers, and their quarterback who got better compared to last season. I mean, Talia has completed 77% of his passes this season, and last year he completed 69 of his passes. So, can Maryland pull off the upset? Or will Michigan do what Michigan football always does, and that's win at home and dominate? In this game, like I mentioned not too long ago, Michigan's running back Blake Corum was the star of this game. He rushed for a career-high 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that was one of the biggest reasons why Michigan won this game. They beat Maryland 34-27. And what made it even more special about this game is that Michigan legend and future Hall of Famer Charles Woodson blessed Michigan with his presence and words of encouragement. He was in the building, and it was just magnificent to see him there. Maryland improved compared to last season, but they still haven't been a top 5 team since 2004. Come on, Maryland, you gotta win. You gotta win at some point. You gotta beat those top 5 teams. But we're gonna go into a commercial, and when we get back, we're gonna talk about Major League Baseball and 2 interesting stories to talk to you about. So stay tuned because it's gonna be a good one. Welcome back to Sports News Flash at 12. And the first one that I gotta go with is Albert Pujols, the machine, the man. He has finally reached 700 career home runs, and he did it against the Dodgers on Friday night. And he is the fourth player in Major League history to hit 20 home runs or more at the age of 42 or older. The other guys that have done it is Barry Bonds, Dave Winfield, and Ted Williams. Also, Albert Pujols and Hank Aaron are the only two players in Major League Baseball history to hit over 700 home runs and have more than 3,000 hits. Amazing accomplishment. Next stop for Albert Pujols is Cooperstown. Platano power, baby. Damn. I couldn't find my flag, so if I had a flag with me right now, I would have waved it right here, but I'm so happy for Pujols, and it's amazing to have seen him play for his entire career, because I was 10 years old when he debuted. No, I was 9. I'm about to be 10 years old when Pujols debuted in the major leagues, and I remember his rookie season, he hit 37 home runs, and I'm like, wow, this guy's unbelievable. So the fact that I got to see from start to finish is just remarkable. And other baseball news, pitcher Luis Castillo and the Seattle Mariners have agreed to a 5-year, $108 million extension. They will be seeing a lot more of each other years going ahead, because the Mariners, they're not going nowhere, and that's their second big commitment that they've made this season. They also signed Julio Rodriguez, who's a young phenom, became a breakout star. So the Mariners have a legit starter and a legit star at the bat. Castillo, he's been an asset for the Mariners team. He has a 2.83 ERA, and he made the All-Star team this season. So that's a great signing for the Mariners. They're currently right now in third National League wildcard spot, and they haven't made the playoffs since 2001. So maybe this is the year where everything can change. Let's go short to another break right now, and we're gonna talk about Kawhi Leonard. Yes, Kawhi Leonard. Why? Because he's my favorite current basketball player, and there's some news about him that you guys want to tune in. So we'll get back after this commercial. Welcome back to the Sports News Flash at 12. So Kawhi Leonard, he has been cleared to participate fully in training camp next week in Las Vegas, and this is a stepping stone to his recovery, because he went down with an ACL injury. I feel that if Kawhi Leonard would have been healthy, the Clippers would have gone to the finals, and maybe, just maybe, they would have beaten the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals. So that's my opinion on it, because if you saw what they did in the series against the Phoenix Suns, they took them to the 6 games. They should have gone to 7 games, but all they were missing was Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard, who's the superstar in that team, the number 1 option, he's a big difference maker in any team they plays for. I mean, look what he did with the Toronto Raptors in 2019. So Kawhi Leonard, my favorite player. I really hope that he comes back to his old self, because the reality is that he's 31 years old. He didn't play at all last season, so I really hope that the ACL didn't rob of his greatness. I hope it comes back better than ever. He averaged in 2021, he averaged 24.8 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. So the Clippers have something. They have something because if you could get Kawhi Leonard back, his old self, plus a healthy Paul George, plus a healthy John Wall, who's now part of the team, along with all those pieces that they have, the Clippers are going to be very scary and very tough to compete with in the West. Now we're moving on to hockey. Nathan MacKinnon. I mean, this guy has been phenomenal this past season. He's a cornerstone for the Colorado Avalanche. They recently knocked off the two-time defending champions, Tampa Bay Lightning, and he's not going nowhere. He's going to be staying in Colorado, and Colorado has a chance to build a dynasty there. So he signed the 8-year contract extension through 2030-31 season. So MacKinnon, he's been phenomenal. He's been named finalist for a Hart Trophy in 3 of the last 5 seasons, which was from 2017 all the way to last season. Through 20 playoff games last season, he scored 24 points, 13 goals, 11 assists. He's just been great for this organization. He's been with this organization since 2013 when he got drafted as the first overall pick. So right now he's entering his 10th season and he's only 27. He's entering the peak of his career, and it's going to be quite a party in Colorado if they can start a dynasty of their own. Now, we got to go to wrestling, WWE. And this one, I don't like this one, but I have to talk about it a little bit. And that is Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. I do not like this booking at all. They are set to face off one another in Crown Jewel, which will be in Saudi Arabia on November 5th. I like that the company is doing events in Saudi Arabia, but I just do not like this booking at all. I feel that it's way too soon or way too mismatched, so I do not like it at all. Triple H made that announcement that both of these men are going to face off one another. And I give a lot of credit to Logan Paul. He's a YouTube star, but I respect his work ethic, his dedication, his drive, in anything that he puts his mind to, whether it's in boxing, whether it's on YouTube, and now wrestling. Anything that he does, he's going to put 1,000% to what he does. I just feel that it's not a good match with Roman Reigns at this stage right now. So Logan Paul, he made his debut in WrestleMania 38, and he teamed up with The Miz, in which they beat Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic in the match. And then Logan Paul, who had a good matchup with The Miz at SummerSlam, he shocked all of us by beating him. And now they're giving him this major push to face Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship match. And I just don't agree with that. But WWE is going to do WWE things. There's a lot of things that they do that I don't agree with, but it is what it is. So, but Roman Reigns, as you guys know it, he's been champion for over 700 days, something that we've never seen in the company before. There's no doubt that he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. So I just hope that they prove us wrong, that they give us a great match, because that's what we want. You know, we want a great match, a great story that they could tell us in the ring. So let's see what happens from there. Now, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go to another commercial, and we're gonna wrap things up with few matchups that are gonna be happening in the NFL, and also to give you guys Miguel's top performances of the weekend. So we'll be back after this. Saturday college football is done, and now let's talk about a little bit about football, NFL Sunday football. The one that I'm really excited is the game of the week. Tampa Bay Bucks versus Green Bay Packers. This is the rematch of the 2020 NFC Championship game, which I'm still salty, by the way, because I wanted Aaron Rodgers to win. I did not want Brady to go back to the Super Bowl and win, but that happened. But much credit to the Bucks defense that year. But I'm really looking forward to this matchup. This is Green Bay's chance of trying to prove to everyone that they're still a great team. And because it seems like so far this season, Green Bay hasn't looked all that sharp on offense. Yes, they defeated the Chicago Bears, but in week one, they looked completely out of focus, not willing, determined to win against the Minnesota Vikings. So this game will be a test to see where they are right now in the season. Yes, it's week 3, but this is a big game. This is a big game between two great quarterbacks. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited at 4 p.m. So Green Bay versus Tampa. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, but I want Green Bay to win. So Green Bay needs to do everything they can to slow down Tom Brady and the Bucks offense. But at the same time, the Packers need to keep mindful of the Buccaneers defense, because their defense is one of the best in the NFL. And then you have the other matchup, the NFC East rivalry, Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. Giants are 2-0 for the first time since 2016. And it's funny because I'm wearing blue. It wasn't on purpose. So I just love the color, and I wanted to wear something nice for this first episode. But the Giants have been magnificent in terms of their coaching, special teams, and defense. I'm not sold on their offense yet. They still need more work on offense. But so far, I'm impressed with the heart and determination that I'm seeing in the Giants, especially on defense and coaching and special teams. So they're going to have to be better against the Cowboys this Monday night. And I feel that the Cowboys might hand the Giants their first loss of the season. However, I'm putting my full trust in the Giants head coach, Coach the Ball. He has shown me that he's not scared of coaching, especially what he did in the game against the Titans. So the Giants, hopefully, they come through once again, because both week 1 and week 2 were tight games. So, and they're going to be at home now. So, well, they were at home last Sunday, but it's Monday night. Monday Night Football is great. So against the Cowboys, their rival, hopefully they play with extra fire against the team. So come on, Big Blue, let's do it. Now, it's time for Miguel's top performances of the weekend. The first one, I had to go with the Toronto Blue Jays, Alex Manoah. Alex Manoah, he struck out 11 Tampa Bay Rays hitters, and he helped the Blue Jays win this game 3-1. Manoah becomes the fastest pitcher in franchise history to reach 300 strikeouts in a season. Congratulations to Alex Manoah. Cardinals third baseman Nolan Arenado, he went deep once again, and he has reached 30 home runs and 100 RBIs once again. Cardinals did not win. They lost to the Dodgers, but congratulations to Nolan Arenado. Ohio State quarterback, star, and possibly Heisman Trophy winner C.J. Stroud threw for 5 touchdowns. He had 1 interception, but 5 touchdowns, completing 17 of 27 attempts for 281 yards, were impressive enough for a massive blowout against Wisconsin. Well, that does it for our first episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys, and stay tuned for next Sunday. So be safe, everyone. Continue to enjoy your weekend and continue to support and follow our content.